Hey guys, today we are going to go over the range units tier list for season 5, and I'm going to be doing it with my chat, so feel free to follow along in the chat and see how we go about picking where units belong on our tier list. The tier list goes from overpowered to meta to balance, then to filler, and then not worth the barrack slot. So let's see where the units end up. So what's going on, chat? Let's go ahead and get rolling. Our first unit is going to be Archer Militia. First unit tonight, guys, is Archer Militia. What do we think about them? Are they good fillers? Not worth the barrack slot? I mean, let's be honest. Who uses Archer's Militia? Who uses the Archer Militia? Like, I don't feel like many people do. I know new players probably use them. But I would have to say that they die to pretty much anything and everything. So, everyone's like, what's an Archer Militia? So we're going to definitely throw this right here in not worth the barrack spot for right now. That's just what we're feeling. We're going to have to work on that a little bit and see where they end up. Let's move this up a little bit. All right, so next on the list is Black Dragon Archers. Does anyone use these? I do not personally use them. I am curious on what you guys think. I have never used them in my life. It is a good filler. Oh, I mean, it is a mercenary unit, so you do get all the bonuses from mercenaries from it. So it's super cheap. Everyone's saying a good filler unit. I'm with that. I don't use them, so I'm going off of what you guys say there. We will go with filler. And this time, guys, we are including the chat, so you guys can see what people are saying about the units. So feel free to join us next time. Next one would be cavalry after this, but let's keep going. So Demesne Arbalists. I've seen these quite a lot in sieges. And is it actually are these like part of some kind of meta that I don't know about? Like, do they have the penetration? Yeah, this is ranged. So are they worth the T3 status? Like, would we prefer Arbalists over like Janissaries? Would we prefer them over Namkhan Archers? Like, what is making us pick Arbalists? Yeah, they are okay, actually. Okay, so some people think they're okay. Some people say they're not worth. I think they could be decent fillers. But Janissaries are good, but they don't necessarily have to be a filler, right? So I think they are good filler unit. I think it's a good they are okay at best. Yeah, I would say filler for sure. I don't know about balance, but I definitely think they're a good filler unit. All right, next on the list is Demesne Archers. Demesne Archers. What do we think about these guys? No one uses them. Only new players use Demesne Archers. Come on, guys. No one's using these guys. Let's go ahead and put them where they belong. Once you've gotten to some better T3 units, you're not using these guys. You're not using them. And what I fear about range, like as the whole class of units, is like a lot of them aren't being used right now. It's a very big shield and cav meta right now. So let's see how these guys place. I'm excited to see where you guys want the rest of these. All right, next is Demesne Arquebusiers. Demesne Arquebusiers. These guys have kill potential. I am gonna say that these guys have kill potential. They can kill heroes. They can definitely kill units. So where do they fall though? I feel like they're a very balanced unit. I feel like they're a very balanced T3 unit. I don't think they're filler. I think they're balanced. I think they're balanced for what they do. They're cheap. They're cheap enough. I feel like they're balanced. I mean, yeah, if you max out their tree, I guess so. I'd rather have well, see that. All right, the difference is, yes, people rather have Janissaries, but is it because Janissaries are OP? Is it because Janissaries are balanced, or is it because they're meta? Like, where does the Demesne fall in the line? Like, where do they fall in? I feel like they're balanced for their level. Oh, really? Okay, so then we are going to say they are good fillers then? Are they not worth it? Are they not worth the barrack slot because Janissaries are better? I guess I would say that. I would say they're not worth the barrack slot because Janis are better. We'll get to Janissaries. But not worth the slot is what I'm hearing. Not worth the slot. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm with you guys on that. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have Demesne Crossbowmen. Demesne Crossbowmen. I've never used them in my life. I've never been big into range, but I mean, for the T2 range, I've never touched them. What do you guys think? Ew. Ew. Okay, that's not good. Not worth. Not worth. I'm feeling like a lot of these are not worth, which is unfortunate. Which is unfortunate. All right, let's move on to this next one here. Falconetti Gunners. What do we think about them? Do we love them? Do we hate them? Like, when you see Falconettis in a match, what's the first thing you think? We got to kill those. We got to kill those. We got to kill those. They're definitely part of a meta. They're definitely part of the meta. When it's not Cav just running shit over, it's definitely part of the meta. I would say that they are good. They have blunt damage, obviously, so they're really good at breaking shields. I would say they're somewhere between balanced and meta. Balanced and meta. And I'm going to go with meta because they can be used in different situations to gain an advantage. They can be used on certain maps to gain an advantage. So that's why I'm going to go with meta for these bad boys. Because they are being used in a way to allow them an advantage. So I feel like that's a meta trigger right there. So that's where we're going to put them right now. They are not OP. They are not. They were pretty OP when they can shoot point blank range. Like, heroes couldn't get to them because heroes would keep getting knocked down. So it was kind of awesome. But they changed that. It's 10 meters now. So we're going to leave them right there in the meta range because they are used in certain metas for sure. Yeah, you definitely need to know how to use them also. Like, it takes some practice learning their aim and whatnot. So let's go ahead and start with Imperial Archers now. Imperial Archers. I've leveled these guys. I actually had fun leveling them because I got to learn a bit about archers in general because of their positioning and whatnot. Their range is actually really good. Their range is really good. If you go the range route on their veterancy tree, they get a lot of range. These guys can outshoot Namkhan Archers. They can outshoot most archers except for the Bowmen. Bowmen get like a little bit more. So I'm kind of curious on what you guys think. I feel like they're balanced. They're balanced. They die very quickly. They die very quickly, but I feel they are at a balanced state. They're not part of any meta right now. You don't use them to fill, for sure. So I'm definitely going to put these guys in balance. I'm definitely going to put them in balance at this point. We are going to go ahead and start Imperial Archebusiers. Imperial Archebusiers. There's people that will live and die by their Imperial Archebusiers. These guys actually have a lot of punch, but where do they fall in our categories? I definitely feel like they're meta. When you don't have Pavise, I feel like they're meta. They also have a great amount of ammo, so they can just sit there and just keep bursting. I actually prefer Kriegs also. I prefer Kriegs also, but Kriegs definitely are not in the meta. Kriegs are definitely not in the meta. But we are going to go ahead and put these guys in meta because I have seen them used a lot in the meta for stopping cav, for holding a line. If you have those behind your shields, like, they're stopping pretty much everything that's coming towards them. Like, they are great for sitting back and keeping pressure on a point. So that is where they're going to fall right now. Definitely meta. Definitely meta. Where are Incendiary Archers? Now that fire is a big deal, where is Incendiary Archers? Everyone was curious about, oh, the new season with fire. Like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I don't see them as like any type of meta right now. Are they balanced? I don't know. I don't know if they do enough damage. I don't know if they do enough damage to be balanced. I feel like they are either balanced or filler though. They're definitely a filler or balance. Not great damage, but decent. Yeah. So for a T3 though, would you use Namkhan Archers or would you use Incendiary Archers? Would you use Incendiary Archers or Namkhan Archers? So that would kind of like let us figure out what would you use over the other. Like Namkhans, right? So we're going to call this a filler. I'm calling this a filler because you wouldn't fill with Incendiary Archers. Well, you would fill with Incendiary Archers if you had to. Like, say you had Namkhan Archers already. Or would they just not be worth the barrack spot? Would they not be worth the barrack spot? Like, they can stop cav. They can't stop cav. So I'm going to put them as a filler to hopefully stop cav. I think they're a filler. We'll put filler for now. We'll put a filler. They are unique. They are very unique because of the fire. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Ironcap Archers. Ironcap Archers, what do we think? What do we think of Ironcap Archers? I never used them. I mean, maybe I used them in the beginning, but I've always been big into charge units. I used a lot of infantry when I first started playing the game. So where did these guys fall? Let's see here. Payan uses them. Ironcap Archers have fire on top line. Really? So Ironcap Archers have fire on top line, but does it make them even worth the filler slot? Are they worth that filler slot? Would you put them instead of Incendiary Archers just so you can have some fire? I'm seeing a lot of filler. I'm seeing a lot of filler for these guys. A lot of filler. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. I'm going off your vibes on that. I've never personally played them. Killing low tier units? Okay. All right, I can see it. What do we think of Ironcap Arquebusiers? What do we think of Ironcap Arquebusiers? Where do they fall? Where do they fall in this beautiful ranged tier list we have? Green guns are good in my opinion. Okay, really nice one, Max. Let's see here. But are they worth the slot? Are they worth having? Are they worth having? This is what I need to know. Are they worth having? Their P is decent. Let's go ahead and throw these guys in balance, because for a T2 to get this much love, I kind of like it. I like Pike Militia got a lot of love, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and put these guys in balance, because there are those T2 units that are in a very good balanced state that allow them to be decent. Like T2 should be decent, but not counter anything really well. T3 should be able to counter stuff, but not be like super tanky or super high damage. So like it matters, right? It really matters. Like they have that one niche thing for like T3, but the T2s are like a kind of mix that kind of gives them enough of an edge. So I'm going to put them in balance. Put them in balance. I'm happy to hear that about a T2. All right, boys. Janissaries. Where do we see Janissaries on this map? Because Janissaries have been bread and butter of the musket family for a bit now. Because when they came out in Regionopolis map, they were used so much. Everyone was using them, and they would get hero kills. They would kill, 70 plus units easy. So where did they fall to this season though? Where did they fall to season 5? I feel like they are very balanced units. I agree with that too. Are they in the meta though? Are they in the meta right now? Do people bring these to, because it's just one of the best T3s to bring the counter anything going on? What do we think, guys? I feel like they can definitely be meta. They can be used for walls. They can be used for points. They can be used for so much stuff. And they have great bursts. They have great bursts. I feel like Janissaries are definitely part of the meta right now. Not a lot of people are using them because I don't think they have them to begin with. And also the people that do have them are probably just, working on other units, cav or whatnot. But I definitely see these guys in the range meta. These guys are definitely in the range meta. Yeah, I definitely see them in the range meta for sure. What do we think of Kriegs? Kriegsrat Fulslers. What do we think of them? What do we think of these beautiful muskets? These are my favorite muskets. I love Kriegs. Kriegs are tanky. They do good damage. They just don't have ammo. The only thing I don't like about them is their ammo. So they're definitely not a TW unit, because you can't bring them in and just have them sit there and shoot. They're not a TW unit. I mean, it's really hard. You'd have to be on defense. Using these guys. So then they're very specific, right? I feel like they're balanced because for how good they are tanky wise and damage wise, the ammo kind of pulls them back in and keeps them balanced. So unfortunately, they're not, as crazy as the Imperial Archers right now, but I do love these guys. They are great at tanking and sitting there and taking the damage and then killing everything coming towards them. They actually do pretty good melee damage. I don't know if people know this. Their melee damage can do some work. Their melee damage can do some work, for sure. Alright, so we are in Levy Bowmen. Levy Bowmen. What do you guys think of Levy Bowmen? I mean, I probably have used them as a young buck in the CB world, but I can't really recall using them outside of that. I don't think it's worth the slot. Most of the T1 archers aren't really useful. Not really useful. Okay, you guys see what's next? Namkhan Archers. What do we think of Namkhan Archers? I mean, these are by far the best range units I've seen in a long time. Season 2 wise, they were super strong. Season 3, super strong. Season 4, still pretty strong. Season 5, still pretty strong. I feel like Namkhan Archers have earned their place over the past few seasons as a OP archer. Their bleed is just so great at killing units, is so great at killing heroes. Like overall, their range is really good too. They have really good range. Like these guys are pretty awesome for a T3 unit. They do not cost much. These are definitely OP. I definitely see them as an OP unit. They are so strong. They're so strong for a archer that's T3. You would think they were T4. They're like Imperial Archers can't even, like, people pick Namkhan Archers over Imperials all the time because the bleed. The bleed just adds that one thing that makes them so strong. It's kind of like how Imperial Pike Guards are so strong with their walk, right? They just have that one thing that drives them. That makes them so good. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about Pavise Crossbowmen. I actually believe Pavise Crossbowmen were super strong in Season 4. Super strong in Season 4. But now, well, I guess Season 3. Season 3, they were super strong. They got fixed. When did they get fixed? Season 4? Yeah, they were super strong. Their fire rate was so high. There was actually glitches and stuff. But now they're at a firing rate that is kind of like, meh. It's not bad. It's not great. But they are definitely in the meta because they can ignore block. They can ignore block. So Pavise definitely can work on shield units. And they can definitely work on cav. As long as you place them correctly. As long as you're using these units correctly, they can be very useful in what they do. And I would have to say Pavise are just as good as Imperial Archebusiers when it comes down to holding the back line, being in a ranged unit. So these guys would definitely be in the meta. You will see these. You will see these on walls. That they will murk you as soon as you get on that wall. They'll be waiting for you. They are definitely meta. They used to be OP. They are not OP anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, they are really good. They are really good. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about Prefecture Archers. I haven't even unlocked these guys. What do you guys think about them? What do you guys think of them? Not worth. Not worth. Balanced. Huh. No way, dude. No way. Pavise are in the meta, bro. 100%. When you hold a wall, when you're holding a wall, Pavise are one of the biggest meta units to use for walls. Biggest, because they can shoot up and down a lot easier than Arquebusiers can. Fastest firing archer in the game. Oh, Prefecture Archers are. I think they're good fillers. From what I'm hearing, they sound like... But no, what we're talking... Alright, let's just back up here for a second. What we're talking about is range meta. We're talking about the range meta. We're not talking about overall meta. We're talking about range meta. If someone's playing the range meta, what would you say is the meta of the ranged units? Pavise would definitely be meta. They just are. They just are. They have a shield. They have an amazing block, shield break, or it's ignore shield, and they have a stun. They have a stun. Like, of course. The leadership cost is fine. They're worth the T5 slot. I would bring them to TW. I have brought them to TW. Like, yeah, I would definitely say it. It matters on the fight for sure, but yeah, you would definitely bring them for the walls. You would definitely bring them for the walls. I definitely see them as a meta unit for sure. That's me. That's me putting a meta. You don't have to agree with that 100%. I get that. But prefectured are overshadowed by noms. Yeah, prefectured are definitely like non-cons get a lot of love. And Prefecture Archers don't, unfortunately. They didn't Prefecture Archers get a nerf also? Didn't. Yeah. I'm gonna call it filler for now. Let's call it I don't know. Prefectures in season 1 used to do something as Pavise glitch. Really? Love my prefectures? Are we thinking they're filler though? Are they not worth the slot or are they filler? Come on, guys. Filler, not worth. Filler, not worth. Tell me, please. Not worth in my opinion? Not worth. Filler, filler. 2 fillers, 2 not worth. Come on. What do we think, guys? Come on. There's more people in this chat. Not worth. Filler. Oh, okay, you guys are back and forth here. Filler, filler, not worth. Wow, it's very mixed reviews on this one. Wow. All right, we're going to put filler. We're going to put filler. There's enough people saying like they use these as a unit in their lineup sometimes. So we're going to put them filler. Obviously, you don't use them all the time. But maybe sometimes you're like, oh, I'm going to bring my Prefecture Archers. And they're not half bad. We're going to say filler for right now. We're going to say filler. Let's move on to Rattan Marksmen. Rattan Marksmen. What do we think of Rattan Marksmen? Like, I used to love these units in season 2, season 3. They were great. They were great. They had such a great fire rate. Something changed though. It just seemed like a lot of units got better and better, and Rattan Marksmen just stayed right where they were, and nothing got better about them. They're fun units to play. They're a fun crossbow unit to play, but are they worth the slot anymore? They are balanced. They are balanced units. I would say that they are very balanced for the fact that they do get fire. They do get fire. They also can get a poison. So it matters on what you go for on them. But I would definitely say they're not in any meta right now. They're definitely not OP. Are they a filler unit? Maybe. But I would definitely say they're balanced for what they do. They have a really good fire rate, but they are super squishy. So they're pretty balanced on that aspect. Yeah, so I would definitely say they're balanced. Please don't hate me for this. I am being a little biased because you were one of my favorite range units in season 2 and season 3. I used to love using these guys. I used to love using them. It is Rangers pretty much without the horses. Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's move on to Rattan Vipers. Is anyone using Rattan Vipers anymore? Does anyone use Rattan Vipers? I've never used them. Do you guys use them at all? Like, is it even worth the slot? Is it worth the time to level? Not worth. They're more leadership than non-cons, really? Okay, that makes sense. You see them at most once a week. I know a lot of people that use them, but are they using them as a filler? Are they using them as a balanced unit? Like, what are they using them as? What's trash? I haven't seen them in months. Not worth. Okay, I can deal with that because I've never made them. They're not worth to me, but I don't want to say it's not worth to you guys, but we can definitely put that. Yes, Prefecture did get filler. Prefecture did get filler. I asked a lot. I asked if it was I asked what everyone thought, and it ended up in filler. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Stag Deathdealers. Stag Deathdealers. Are these guys... I mean, they're a mercenary unit. They're a mercenary unit. So I'm going to go ahead. And put them in filler because they're a mercenary unit. They are not... I don't know if they're balanced at all. They die rather quickly. But they are a great filler unit because they can give you the XP and all the other great things. I think they're worth because they definitely can be a filler, though. They can definitely be a filler as a mercenary. They are the worst mercenary unit. They are not worth. Is this what we're saying? You're saying this guy should go right here. Are you guys happier about this? Really? Black Dragon for less leadership. Okay, I can see that. Okay, all right. I made a change to your guys' want. Not worth the barrack slot. Even though it's a mercenary unit, it's not worth the leadership, everyone's saying. So I am 100% on board with that. I agree with you guys. I will agree with you guys on that. All right. Let's talk about the flamethrowers. Let's talk about the flamethrowers. What do we think of the flamethrowers? Are they meta right now? Are they balanced? I mean, they might be meta because they're a season 5 unit, but are they worth the meta? Like, one-shot kills are for my bow. Yeah. They're high risk, high reward. Yeah, I agree with that too. But so are Falconettis, right? Falconettis are high risk, high reward, right? They die super easily. I mean, when I see these, like when I see the flamethrowers in action, dude, they do work. These guys do work. So, I mean, are they great for breaking that front line? Like, are they situational in the meta, that they're needed in the meta to break shields? Is that what they are? Skill-based unit, not gonna see someone like Chomi make these. All right, exactly. No range. No one can move with flames. Yeah, this is true. They have great CC. I'm thinking of TW. I'm thinking on the overall, would they be used? I mean, obviously, Cav is like we're saying in the range sense. We're not thinking about Cav. We're not thinking about infantry. We're only thinking about range overall in general. We're not trying to include the other two right now. We're trying to figure out what's the range meta, what are in whatever else is part of this, the balance, the fillers, all that. So, what do you guys think flamethrowers are right now? Do we think they're just a balanced unit, fun to use sometimes? Do we think they're a meta unit that are going to be used in TWs? Like, what are we thinking? Because I see them. I can see them in I can definitely see them in TWs, but would you rather bring Falconettis? Would you bring Falconettis over the flamethrowers? Would you bring them over Falconettis? Is what I'm. Oh, I guess they could be really good because they can shoot fire into the doorway. I would bring Falcons over them. I would. I'm gonna say balanced. I'm gonna say balanced then, because I feel like there's things in the meta like Falconettis that can do very well. Because they have the range and whatnot, and do the same thing of breaking the block and everything like that on units. So you could use Falconettis in place of the flamethrowers. So I'm going to go ahead and put them at balanced right now. Right now, they are going to be there. Until we see any different improvements on them, that's where I'm going to see. That's where I see them. Yeah, I don't think you'll see flamethrowers in TWs at all. Let's go ahead and move on to Tercios. Let's move on to Tercios. Hey, thanks for those biddies. Let's go ahead and move on to Tercios. And what do we think of Tercios? What do we think of Tercios? I personally do not have them, so I am really relying on your guys' information. Meta Tercios 310 leadership. Meta? I can see that. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I mean, I see them all the time. They're hard to kill. They have a great fire rate. How's their ammo? Is their ammo good? I don't know about their ammo, but they definitely look like the good fire rate, and they definitely have they're tankier. Just got them. Not impressed over Kriegs, but not leveled. Okay, they are amazing. Okay, we're getting a lot of good stuff. People say that Tercios are in the meta. Ammo better than Kriegs. Well, that's good. I think anything's better than Krieg ammo. Until you get them higher level, they're meta for sure. Okay, all right, I'm with you guys. Tercios are meta for the range category. Okay, that's fair. I can live with that. I can live with that. All right, what do we think of Vanguard Archers? Vanguards. Are these the guys that got nerfed, or was it prefectured? One or the other got nerfed. So I'm kind of curious. Not worth. Ooh, we're getting a lot of not worths in here. So. Get them out of here. Okay, all right. I don't have them, so I needed your opinion on that. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we are going to go ahead and throw them in the garbage can, and we're going to move on to Vassal Longbowmen. I see people use Vassal Longbowmen, so they're definitely something. There's something there for sure. I don't use them. I don't have them unlocked, but I want to know what you guys think. What do we think Vassal Longbowmen? Are they a balanced unit? I don't think they're in any meta right now. I don't think so. but they're a very annoying unit. Okay, balanced, but I wouldn't take them over non-cons. Well, non-cons are OP, so they are going to be that hard choice to make sometimes. Balanced. Okay, I can see that. Low balance, but balanced. Okay, I see a lot of balance. We will rock them right in there. We'll rock them right in there. All right, what do we think of the new Grenadiers, the Zakilian Militia? If I said that correctly. What do we... All right, you can't say they're trash quite yet. Can't say they're trash quite yet. I maxed these guys out and I've used them. They are trash in the sense that they die to anything, yes. But if you get their throws off, they can clear shield units. They can clear shield units. They are T3 that can clear shield units. Non-cons can't do that. Non-cons can't do that. I'm trying to think of any other T3 that can clear shield unit. They are the only T3 ranged unit that can clear shield units. So do we think they're complete trash? Do we think they're complete trash? I use them as a filler. Hear me out. I use them as a filler. I use them in the beginning of the fight. As long as we have something on the wall or whatever we're attacking, as long as something's in front of me, I run them up there. I press 1, which is their Hellfire, and it actually does pretty good damage, and it does fire damage. I mean, I'm just trying to make the argument because I have maxed them out and I have used them and I have gotten like 50 plus kills with them before. Obviously, I mean, I'm not a complete noob, so I do play against semi-decent players. So, and they're using stalwarts. If you unleash all of their ammo, you can kill stalwarts. Like, you can kill a whole thing of stalwarts, is what I'm trying to get at. I would think they're filler. I don't think they're garbage. I think they're fun. I think they're fun to mess with. They're a fun filler unit. You bring out, you can't get through shields. You can just toss some grenades at them. You know what I mean? They're just a fun unit to play. It's true. If I'm honest, they just die too easy, but super fun. I would say that they are a filler unit. They did not do as well as Janissaries and Namkhan Archers from the other seasons. This is the season 5 T3 unit. They did not do too well. I feel like they could definitely add something to this, maybe more range. Like, there's something they can do to this to get it balanced, but it's not there. So I'm going to put it as a filler unit. And I can understand where people come in and say, like, I don't think it's worth. I totally get that because they don't do jack shit until you max them out. All right, so that is the end of this. I'm going to go ahead and say thanks for watching, all my YouTube watchers. I appreciate that. And of course, thanks to all the Twitch chatters that helped me make this list. If you guys don't agree with this list or you like this list, please, feel free to leave a comment, message me. I'm happy to talk about it. But yeah, happy hunting.